I've been so angry. For the past 2 weeks, there's just been this angry ball of fire in my chest that's been eating me up from the inside out. Like any time I've had to myself, I would just sit in anger. And for those 2 weeks, I actually thought that I was angry at someone. So I spent a lot of time in my head thinking of all these things that I wish I could have said to them. I wanted to criticize them, judge them, blame them. And there was just so much resentment inside of me, and it was really difficult to sit with that. Of course, I tried to break the pattern and I tried to be mindful, but it was just so intense. So, I was like, okay, I just need to write this out. And then I had this moment where I suddenly remembered anger is a sign that my boundaries have been crossed. And it was such a relief to remember that, because suddenly this anger wasn't about that person anymore. I wasn't angry at them. I was angry because I allowed someone to cross my boundaries to that extent. And this completely shifted my mindset, because then I started to see this whole moment as a lesson. The anger wasn't something negative that I needed to get rid of, but it was actually guiding me to see something that I hadn't been paying attention to. I hadn't actually been aware that I had allowed that person to cross my boundaries. So this was an opportunity for me to reflect on what happened, and also to be clear on what my own boundary is, so that next time I don't repeat the same mistake. And since this realization, I haven't been angry again. I think anger, when it has a subject, like someone to be angry at, it sort of latches onto that person, even if it's just like an idea in our heads. And once we remove that subject, there's nothing for that anger to attach to. Then it just naturally releases. I think in the meditation and spiritual world, anger gets a bad rep. And, it's one of those very reactive emotions that people don't want to feel. But I realized that actually, if we choose to sit with anger, then it can guide us towards learning more about ourselves. Because this anger that I felt has taught me where I need to show up for myself. And that's such a valuable lesson. I really struggled these past 2 weeks with this anger that just wouldn't subside. But I'm so grateful for this realization. And going forward, when I feel angry, I'm going to try and remember to ask myself, what boundary has been crossed? And what can I do differently next time?